A Dog Lover's Alphabet Book by Andrea Burris and Anna Schad, illustrated by Andrea Burris. A. An Airedale named Almost always arrives to eat from his dish at 5:15. As amazing a thing as you've ever seen, Almost always licks the bowl clean. B. Bulldog, Boxer, and Beagle, each on a leash to stay legal, tie their owners in knots as they go on their trots, then low-five each other and giggle. C. C is for Carson, who loves to chew, gnawing and nibbling as puppies do. Furniture and pillows all have such appeal. Perhaps the next chair should be made out of steel. D. Dale loves his doghouse, his private domain, a diligent vigil he's forced to maintain. Came a curious cat in his kitty cat crowd. Dale put up his sign. It reads, "No cats allowed." Edsel enjoys going out for a drive. With the wind in his face, he feels so alive. Edsel loves steering, if only he could. The question is whether you think that he should. F. Fred flung the frisbee with awesome force, but it went too high and a little off course. Intended for Freckles, it seemed so unfair that Fran jumped in front and caught it mid-air. G. Great gobs of garbage fell off the truck. A great and yet glorious full can of yuck. The two had been sniffing for something to eat. Gus dove in head first. Gavin jumped to his feet. That rock that truck struck on the side of the street must have been lucky. We're talking sweet. H. Having a hound dog like Hector around brought us closer to all our neighbors we found. The noise from his howling, the Hectorous den. We return all the new shoes and balls that fly in. Ivan was itching before anyone knew it. First a scratch here and there, then he really went to it. It isn't as if there's no reason to twitch. A circus of fleas would make anyone itch. J. Justin walked in just as Jasper jumped back. He'd jimmied the lock in search of a snack. Justin keeps Jasper's food locked up at night, 'cause Jasper just has to sneak in for a bite. K. K is for Kelso. It's 5:45. He's landed on Kip with a perfect swan dive. Eager to play, he means Kip no harm, but with Kelso around, who needs an alarm? L. Luke leaped and lunged from side to side. He languished on his leash. The fire hydrant just ahead was clearly out of reach. The cat, the squirrel, the postman too would never be attained. Nothing makes a dog more blue than knowing he's restrained. M. Marshall's Meat Market only sells meat, considered by many the finest to eat. Ham, links, and sausage all hung with such care. Mark, Matt, and Max think, how thoughtful to share. N. N is for never. Are you listening, young man? We've been down that puppy road time and again. The piddling, the chewing, the whining at night. We'll take the floppy-eared one on the right. O. O is for Ogden, who loves to go out, digging and playing and romping about. So you clean the floors, but you can't win when Ogden brings the outside in. P. Pete is protective, but always polite. Not that he isn't itching to bite. Don't step out of line. Pete's poised and ready. Sometimes it's hard to hold your cup steady. Q. Quinn looks with a question, then quivers and quakes. No doubt the direction the car's going to take. It's off to the vet and all that implies. You can tell by the panic look in his eyes. R. Rascal ran out when I opened the door, retrieving his game. He's done this before. our porch overflowing with all he collects. We only hope none of the neighbors suspect. S. S is for shedding, spring's annual curse. First a hair here and there, then it quickly got worse. Steve, armed with his shop vac, made his last stand. He went right to the source and sucked every last strand. T. Tommy's in trouble. He stumbled, he fell. He calls out for Laddie. He's down in a well. Laddie comes running, hearing his yell. Then quick as a wink, he calls on his cell. U. Ulysses is a bloodhound, his fate unsure, his talent unusual, his gift obscure. Forgetting his training, his future's forsaken. Ulysses is happy to just sniff out bacon. B. Victor was vexed, there's no question of that. It's always the same with the neighbor's darn cat. The cat sneaks up softly, first a scratch, then a screech. Then he jumps on the fence overhead out of reach. W. When it comes to the water, they can't get enough. Living with dogs such as these can be rough. A warning to owners who have such a pet, know that they're going to get wetter than wet. X. Xavier, the famous X-ray dog, was very smart indeed. He studied hard in doggy school. In fact, he was degreed. Quite the expert in his field, and that's a well-known fact. Imagine our extreme dismay. He X-rayed our poor cat. Why, Yvette and Yvonne were quite a pair, with yellow ribbons in their hair. They'd yip and yap of styles and such, as if it really mattered much. How funny that they each prefer the tresses of the other her. Z. Zounds! How Zippy loves to run. He zips, he zings, it must be fun. Zippy has zoomed since the day he was born, which explains why the rugs in the house are so worn. The end.